thing, the basic fundamentals of demand and supply. So you see price is increasing, right? 0.51, 1.52, 2.53, price is increasing, and look at the quantity. Quantity is increasing or decreasing? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, price quantity is also increasing. So you automatically assume that this is, we are talking about supply, right? Even though we have not mentioned here whether this is a supply schedule or demand schedule, you can also find by yourself, because price is increasing, quantity is also increasing. Okay. And what is supply curve? If you draw the supply schedule or supply table, you will find out the supply curve. So let's talk about the graph. So here we have 0, 0, we have 0.5 on 0 cone, 1, price 1, we have 1 cone, 1.5, we have 2 cones. So if you draw this, it would be like this. See, again. So what you can derive from here. See, demand would be, we talked about the demand is downward sloping. Start from left to right, you just draw downward. But look at here. Supply is upward sloping, right? So we can derive from here is that if price increases, quantity supplied increases. And supply curve is upward sloping, right? And it also follows the law of supply Y. When you see price is increased from 2 to 2.5, you see quantity supplied increased from 3 to 4. It means we follow the law of supply. Right, PD, Kiranan, Gustavo?
Yes.
Good. So this is a class activity, individual activity. So please do that. We have price and we have supply. So just quickly, in 5 minutes, draw this table so that I understand that, okay, you found a right choice. Also in here, you don't see that this is supply or demand, but if you notice something that this is price increasing, quantity also increasing. This must be the case of supply. So draw the supply curve. It is upward sloping, downward sloping, or what you expect from this one. Just draw this. I'm giving you 5 minutes. And meanwhile, I'll pause the recording for 5 minutes and then I'm going to be resuming the recording. Okay, so I just received your class participation. So it's pretty good. Let's talk about the shift and movement along supply curve. So the same concept is there. If there is a change in quantity supplied and the reason is just price, we say it is movement, right? If there is increase or decrease in quantity supplied and the reason is just price, we call it, this is movement. And if there is increase or decrease in quantity supplied and the reason is not price, we call that it is shift. So increase in supply means shift to the right. Decrease in supply means shift to the left. The concept is the same, right? Let's talk about this. So change in quantity supplied caused by a change in price. We call this movement along supply curve. So movement means there is a change in quantity supplied, which is quantity supplied moved from 1 to 5. And what is the reason? Reason is that price changes from 1 to 3. It's like that. In the market, price has increased from 1 to 3. So suppliers increase their production from 1 to 5. So we don't have to make a new supply curve. So it means we are from here, point A, and we went to point C. Right? Here. That's it. We don't have to make a new curve. the same curve is fine. The same research of my business supply curve is the same, right? The shift. A shift in supply curve either to the left or right caused by the change in a variable other than price, which means there is increase or decrease in decrease in quantity supplied, and the reason is not price, some other variables. We call that is shift. So shift either to the right or to the left, right? So increase mean shift to the right, decrease mean shift to the left. So in other books, they say that shift upward means decrease, shift downward mean increase, right? So it's just one another's way to, you know, to see the argument. So just remember that one. Shift to the right mean increase, shift to the left mean decrease, right? It's just for curiosity. If you find something in the book that, okay, shift upward, shift downward. So shift downward means increase, shift upward means decrease. So the reason is, I just explained you here. Shift to the right mean increase, shift to the left mean decrease. If you understand this concept, either in demand or either in supply, this concept is perfect, right? And the other stuff are increase upward, increase downward. You can just, by looking at that, you can just say that, okay, downward means increase, upward means, downward mean increase, upward mean decrease. Understand, Kiranan, PD, Gustavo? Okay. Shift in supply curve. So there are 4 variables that causes shift in supply curve. It means you don't see a price here, right? So the reason is not price. Some other factors. These factors are price of input products or input prices. For example, price of raw material. Not the price of the product itself. Not the price of, for example, in ice cream. Not the price of whole ice cream, but its ingredients like input, like this corn prices, the sugar prices, whatsoever, right? Sorry. Technology, expectations, number of seller. Let's talk about this one by one. Input prices. So producing ice cream requires sugar, machine, building, labor. These are all called input prices. If the rent increases, right? If the rent increases, your cost of production increases. If sugar price increases, the ice cream becoming more expensive to produce. The cost of the ice cream increases. If machine maintenance or machine rent increases, the cost of ice cream increases, right? So when cost of ice cream increases, it means your profit decreases. So as a supplier, would you make more products in which you have less profit, or would you make more products when you have higher profits? Right? So when the price of one or more of these inputs rises, supply curve shift as producing ice cream is less profitable. Price of ice cream is the same. For example, $1 price of ice cream is the same, but previously you were earning 0.3 or 30 cents on the sale of $1 ice cream. One ice cream you were saving 30 cents. But now due to increase in sugar, now your profit is 0.10. Would you like to produce more ice cream or less ice cream? Because price is the same, $1. Of course, you want to produce less. The consumer will say that, look, price is $1. Why I cannot find the ice cream? Because the producer will say that because it's less profitable for me to produce ice cream unless the price increases to 1 to 1.2 or $1.5, right? If price is the same and your input prices rises, price of raw material rises, it is less profitable for you to produce, so you produce less. So it means supply curve shift to the left side, right? So we can say that supply of good is negatively related to input prices. If input prices rises, so remember, this is not the price of the ice cream, this is price of sugar. So many students confuse, oh, what's going on? This is the price of raw material, okay? Understand? PD,
So,
Paranan?
Mr. Jamal, so to wrap this up, it's like we are making some pen and there's an increasing in price of ink, something like that, and it's negatively affect the supply of pen, of producing
Yes.
one pen.
Yes,
Isn't it?
because price of the pen is, for example, $2. As the ink price rises, it's less profitable for a producer to produce the pen because its profit decreases. So he will supply less. Good? Paranan.
Sorry, I'm writing something. I'm writing the note,
Okay, sure.
but I understand. Thank you very much.
Okay, Gustavo.
Yes, I understand.
Good, good, good. How about you, PD?
Yes, I understand.
Good. Let's move forward. Technology. So technology always increases the supply. How? Because nobody wants to purchase that technology which cannot reduce its cost or which cannot produce more, right? Otherwise, there is no point of inventing new technology. I will purchase only that quantity, that technology which increases my supply, which increases my production of pen. Previously, my workers were producing 10 pens, but now I purchase a machine. In 1 hour, it can produce 10 pen. So in 9 hours, it can produce, 90 pens, right? So we purchase only that technology which increases. So technology always increases the supply. If there is a new technology come, price of the pen is again $2. So you produce more, you have more profit. So supply always increases, which means technology always increases the supply. Increase in supply means shift to the
Right.
well done, shift to the right. Good. Expectations, you have also heard this word expectation in demand, but now expectation in supply as well. So expectations means you predict the future and decide right now, right? So if the firm expects the price of the ice cream to rise, expect to rise, it means it will be price going to be increased in future. As a producer, would you want to supply right now or you will save it? You don't supply right now, and when the price increase, then you send it to the market, right? Understand? So if the price of the ice cream will be increased in future, so right now what you will do, you will supply less in the market, you will produce more, and to save it, store it, and when the price increase in future, you sell. But right now supply decreased. Similarly, car manufacturers, if the price of the if the government increases more taxes, and the tax is going to be affected on after 30 days, so it means price of the car is going to be increased due to taxes. So taxes will go to the government's pocket, not in supplier's pocket. Price is the same, so it's less profitable for car manufacturers